questions to ask your friends. This is a game from Big Potato. Of course it is. This is a game in which you're going to ask a question. Everyone answers that question. And then you have to figure out, one person needs to figure out what the question is. In this game, you will have various categories. They're in a box here. Famous people, objects, food, numbers, players, and animals. There's way more player cards than anything else. And this box, and you just pull out a card based on the category. And so one person's going to be closing their eyes, and everyone else will look at the category. So let's say it's animals. If Michael Phelps was reincarnated as an animal, which would it be? So everyone shouts out an answer. Leopard, cheetah, whatever it might be. Or maybe it's objects. And objects, name an object you would own that you would leave your best friend in your will. Like my PlayStation, or whatever. People shout a bunch of answers. Once everyone shouted out an answer, you take that and you mix it with a bunch of other cards. And then the guesser who had their eye closed will turn over these cards one at a time. And they'll be like, maybe. They'll put it on a 2. And they have to assign each of these cards as they pull it to a number. This is the one that they think the answer is. They've heard all the answers. They're trying to figure out the question. Now, if whatever the one it is, so in this one, it's right here, that's how many points you get. So you're going to, this time, they're going to get 2 points. Let me just show you a couple of the other examples. What famous person do you think is the weirdest? Camera on their phone, famous people. What food would you eat out of the trash? How many different fruits and veggies have you eaten so far today? And which player, these always is about one of the players at the table, is most likely to spill drink all over themselves or the other person on a first date? And so that one's going to be a little bit more personal. You'll go around, so everyone has been the guesser once or twice, depending on the number of players, and whoever has the most points is the winner. So I like this game a lot. I'm giving it a 7. I would give it a higher score if the player category wasn't in here. Because the player category is the mean category. Now, you can skip this when you play, but it is the biggest category. But, like, which player do you think has the weirdest and wackiest dreams? Which player would make the best clown? Which player is most likely to invent a board game? Which player would survive in the wilderness for the longest? You have one phone. If they answer, you're fine. If they don't, you die. Which player do you call? So for the most part, it's not too bad, but you're still voting on a person, and sometimes these questions will have a chance to make someone feel bad. But you might love that too, so that's not an issue. It is an interesting game. There are some flaws. If you turn over the cards, and the card that you're looking for is the last card, you may not put it in the 4, because as you turn over each card, you want to get the 4 slot. And if you turn over, you're like, I think this answers all the questions. It's 4. Sometimes it's obvious. If the answer is skyscraper, and it's like, what is a vehicle you like to drive in? Well, skyscraper is automatically out. So I can put that in 0. So I can throw ones out. If you get one that kind of fits early on, then you wonder. But it is a good discussion type game, and it plays pretty quickly. So with those caveats in mind, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. A fun event to play with.